Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, man, crazy as it seems, these cars here are now on their way up the collector ladder. This is the last run, the 87, 88 miles of GM's rear drive platform before they went all front wheel drive, killed power, no longer the same kind of, if you wanted to steer with the gas pedal type feeling that you can get in these rear wheel drive cars. And you'd be surprised that these 80s vintage cars actually go pretty well. They don't have huge horsepower callouts because they changed the rating in the early 70s of how these things were rated. They rate them now at the rear wheels, which is a big difference between rating them at the crankshaft with no accessories at all anymore. So we'll walk around this. This has an upgraded exhaust, but I will say this to you, that it has great documentation. It has the original brochure, we have the original owner's manual, 2 sets of keys, great ownership history. It's a real deal documented 442 and the last of its kind, so I just think it's fabulous. I gotta believe that this has been repainted because the paint on the car is way too nice. It's 54,000 original miles, which is a little over 2,000 or 2,000 miles a year that this car has been driven, which makes it still a collector car in its own right. But come on up here for a second, I want you to see the paint. I don't remember GM paint being this nice. It could be original paint for all we know, but it's very, very nice. Okay, you can see things like your time in there, and that's kind of metal flake. And this is just, it's a little bit nicely done than say maybe the factory did it circa 1980s. All right, so let's take a peek under the hood. Now we'll talk a little more about the motivation. All right, so let's check this out. This is kind of cool, believe it or not. This is all original under here. And you say, well, why is that a big deal? Well, the reason that's a big deal is because you want to see what an engine compartment looked like before we got to it and we were kind of going to restore it or something like that. We didn't really have to do anything. We could have touched up a couple pieces if you wanted to, but you can tell that this car didn't get a lot of mileage driven because it has a power cutoff right here, because a lot of times people leave the cars, they don't drive them very much, and the batteries would be dead. By flipping this the other way, A, it's an anti-theft device, and B, it keeps the battery nice and fresh. Here's a cal tag up here with the call outs. It's got 442 on the cal tag, so you know this is a real deal 442 and not just a Cutlass dressed up as one. Factory chrome air cleaner. Looks very nice. It's a little bit dusty there. Maybe we touch up a couple of little places if you wanted to, but other than that, it looks really good. I mean, for all original 50,000 mile car, it's really almost like Survivor show quality. This is kind of cool too here. This is how you know, like this is the original hood on the car. This is a sticker from the 80s. You can't even get that sticker anymore, and it's still affixed to there, and it's still nice and easy to see. That's why I like the car, and I got it because I just thought it was great looking color, great looking eyes, the interior is great, and it sounds awesome going down the road. This is very nice too, the 442 specific wheels, so they're chrome with the kind of the gold inserts, radial TAs. I love white letter tires. If you don't love them, just let us know. We'll flip them the other way. We can make them all black walls if you want. We try to make the car so that the way you would want it. And the pinstripe is nice. Again, the color is just fabulous on this car. I gotta believe it's been repainted, but I don't really know. It's really nice. So obviously the matching, this has got real dual exhaust on it, okay? Come on back here, it's kind of cool because now we have things like the 442 call out, two-tone paint, which I think in this car looks really nice. And it's got the anti-chip guard down the sides of the doors, keep it from getting all pebbled and beaten up over time, because the tire's a little big on here, okay? Now this is kind of cool, check this out. This is spray wax, and you've probably never seen that. That means that somebody who owned this car loved this car, unless we left it in there. But what I wanted to show you was this right here. This is cool because this is the original, like what you would see for like a build sheet of older cars or what have you. This is what the car was to get as it went down the assembly line. The codes for being a 442 are on there. There's original jacking instructions. Here's the original spare, never been on the ground. All the little nipples are still on the tire. This is really cool. It's just very original, very cool kind of piece of history, and it's not a gazillion dollars. And again, these are these cars that are continuing to go up in value each year. I see them going up, 10%, 10%, 10%. And when you see it going down the road, you'll know why, and especially the way it sounds. All right, come check out the inside for a second. This is nice because not only is this a 442, which makes it a pretty cool and different car, but this one here in particular is loaded to the gills with options. For instance, power seat, okay, tilt wheel, cruise control, power windows, Okay. This has the upgraded audio system in it. All right. Air conditioning, full gauges too. So you got you know, a tachometer, speedometer, water, oil, obviously a fuel gauge, and bolts. And just really nice. We ordered these cool 442 mats for them. I hope you like them. But the interior is all original. Nothing's been restored on this car, and it is in exceptional shape. Normally the headliners would start to sag because the glue would come apart. This has been climate controlled and it's been taken care of. And when you have documentation to support that, it just makes it an even nicer car. A little bit of storage right in here. All right, let me just run down a couple small things that makes it a little different. You got the upgraded wheels and tires, two-tone paint, the 442 callouts. You got the 5.0 HO 4-barrel engine, overdrive automatic transmission, 373 performance axle in the car. And you go on, and just like all the options we talked about, like power windows, cruise control, tilt wheel, air conditioning. Listen, man, this is like a modern muscle car. It sounds good, it drives awesome, looks even better, and actually just rolls on down the road as nicely as any car could possibly do that. So anyway, if you can find a way to get one of these in your life, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.